You're going to no doubt think this is the saddest video I have ever made, and probably will be the saddest video I will ever make going forth. And that's because most of this video, you don't see my face. I know, that's really disappointing to most of you. I really don't want it to ruin your whole day. I promise I'll be back in the next video. The reason it's a little different video is someone in our Facebook group, the Ultra Advanced eBay Guy Facebook group. You're welcome to join. We have a lot of fun there. You can ask a lot of questions. Huge sense of humor runs through the group. A lot of sarcasm, but it's funny sarcasm, and it's all very pro eBay answers. Ask anything, anytime. You also can ask anything, anytime on the YouTube channel down below. I answer, I look, I read all comments, and I respond to all comments. I answer all questions. I will always help you out. If you think it's been asked before, ask again. If you can't find the answer, it's okay. I don't mind. I'll answer you. Someone from the group on Facebook asked the following. He said, I've got a guy who bought a lot of items from me, but he only wants to pay one shipping fee. What do I do? And obviously, my assumption was, and it was true, that somebody bought several items from the guy and just checked out each time, paid full shipping on each item, and then at the very end, he had bought 5 or 6 items and said, but I don't want to pay for 5 separate shipping charges. You can ship all of this in one box. So just tell me how much I owe. And I told David, the guy who asked, nice guy, I told David, well, it's really bad. He's already paid. The best thing you can do is just send him a message and say, whenever we package all of your items together in one box, you're right, we can ship it all, save a bunch of money on shipping. We'll pass that along to you. Whenever we create your mailing label in the morning or tomorrow, whatever you say, whenever we create our mailing label and find out how much it costs to actually ship all your items in one box to you, then we will issue you a refund of the excess that you paid. And that's really the best way. It's really one of the only ways to do it. I mean, you don't want to cancel all the orders and redo everything. It's tough. You would think buyers would know to just add to the cart and then pay all at once. That's the way every website works, except eBay has that ability, but they don't really enforce it too much. But at the same time, he might have bought something from David and saw something else and say, oh, that's cool too. I want to buy that. And then he bought that. And then, ooh, that's cool too. And he bought that. And he just ended up buying more than one thing, paying more than one time, paying more than one shipping fee. And then he's got all these packages coming, but he just wants one box. He knows David can put it all in one box, and he just wants to pay postage for one combined item. So it's going to save a lot of money over paying for 5 separate shipping fees. David wanted to know, how do I do this? And I said, the best way is to do what I'm about to show you and send and do a combined shipping label. So do one shipping label for multiple purchases and then refund him the difference. So I'm going to show you my answer to David that I did in a video. I'm going to blur out the buyer's name and all of that. It gets kind of weird because you start seeing these white boxes everywhere the buyer's name appears and everything's blurred anytime there's a mailing address for my buyers or something. But that's the right thing to do. And I have had a buyer that very day who had bought 2 different items from, he bought 5 items and checked out, or 4 or 5 items and checked out all at once. So he paid one shipping fee for multiple items, but then he saw something else he wanted. So he bought one item and paid another shipping fee because he didn't want to lose out. And then he said, I really want you to ship all these in one box, and I'm glad to do that. And I will refund him the money. So I show you, I walk David through. I'm talking to David, but also to you. Oh, I just didn't know at the time I was going to produce this for you. So I'm putting this intro to tell you what's happening. So this is a video about how you can combine multiple purchases of people who have paid for multiple shipping fees and send them to them using one mailing label in one box, and then how to return their excess shipping fees with a refund. Now, whenever I got to the refund screen, I chose the wrong item. I chose someone else's item to show you how to do a refund, but it's just an example. You don't let that hang you up. I mean, it's no big deal. So I chose to refund and to show how to refund the item above the two that I had just shipped together, or shown David how to create one single mailing label. And I didn't issue the refund. No harm, no foul. It was just to use an example, but you'll notice I actually clicked on an item that was not one of these that I combined in the shipping. But don't let that stop you. The important thing is, how do I do this? Someone buys multiple things from me. They pay for multiple shipping fees, but I can ship it all in one box, and they should just pay a single low combined shipping fee, and I should refund them the excess. And this is how you do it. Okay, David, whenever you've got a buyer that buys more than one item, a lot of buyers know to just add it to their eBay cart and then check out all at once, but a lot of buyers don't do that with eBay. I don't know why. They do it with Amazon and Walmart and every other website on earth, but they don't seem to understand they can do that with eBay. So it sounds to me like I hope I understand it right. You've got a buyer who has bought more than one item and they want to combine shipping. If they have not bought yet, just tell them, add it to the eBay cart and don't pay until you have it all there, and then eBay can combine the shipping. But if they've bought more than one item and they paid separate shipping, which I strongly believe means you should refund a lot of the excess shipping price that they pay, because you can ship it all in one box, but they paid multiple boxes of shipping, which is a lot more expensive. You could even tell them that. If they haven't checked out yet or they don't know what to do, just say, buy as much as you want, and whenever we combine shipping and put it all in one box, we'll refund you all of the excess that you paid. Now, that can mean you refund them the excess less, your costs for tape and boxes and a little bit of time. An extra 90 cents or $1 to you that you don't refund I think is reasonable, but you don't have to do that. And I think you can honestly say we're refunding all the excess costs that you paid to ship your items. I think that's honest. You have expenses with tape and all that. But so what you do, I'm going to assume they either have bought more than one item and have separate shipping payments, and they want you to combine shipping somehow. And anytime that happens, you go to your combine awaiting shipment. So I'm going to, the reason I can show this to you is I know earlier, before we went to church, I saw someone had bought like 4 items or 3 or 4 items, and then they bought one more that wasn't part of that 4. So they're paying 2 shipping expenses, but I'm going to ship it all in one box and refund the difference to them. So I'm going to go to my awaiting shipments. Let's see. Well, a lot of people have, you go to church and then a whole bunch of buyers come in. Okay, here's one. So here it is. Brent, this guy. So he bought 2 and 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4 different listings and checked out at once. And so he would have paid a combined shipping for that. But he's also here. So he also bought this Castle of Frankenstein magazine, and in order to pay for it, he would have had to pay a separate ship charge. So what you do is you click all items that go to the same person, which in this case will be these 2 sets of listings, and then you go up to shipping and do purchase shipping label. Now it will take you to a place that looks a little different from you're used to going whenever you do shipping labels. It's going to put both of that guy's, in this case, buys or purchases on one page. I'm going to select all or select both and do combine shipping. So I'm going to click that, and it will combine them all into one mailing label. Now I have to, whatever they weigh and the box size, I don't know what it is yet, so I'm not going to actually finish this, but let's say that all those together, that's probably a pound. That's nothing. That's probably 1.5 pounds. So 3, I'll just say 4 pounds, 2 ounces. So it's probably going to weigh about 4 pounds, 5 ounces. It's going medium mail, although I could choose priority or ground or something else, but these are all books, so I do it cheaply for the buyer, medium mail. And then whatever the box is. So let's say that I was able to put all of those in a 12 by 10 by 3 box, or 3 box. Now, whenever you click outside of all that, it says that I can ship this for $7.09. All of these together, all of those together for $7.09. So I'm going to review the purchase, assuming these were wrapped in a box like this. I'm going to review the purchase and then click buy shipping label or print shipping label or whatever it says. Now I'm going to undo that because I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to go back to awaiting shipments. I want to show you one more thing about this. So let's find where this guy's item is. Okay, so down here. So he paid here and he paid here. What you want to do is look at both of these orders and see what he paid for shipping in total. I meant to remember what that combined shipping, let's say, is $7.14 to melt everything together. So I'm going to look and see what he paid for. So I'm going to click, I'm going to do open a new tab and see on this one item by itself, he paid $6.77 for that one magazine. And then on this order, I'm going to click here to see what he paid. So on these, he paid $9.34. So I'm going to add $9.34 to $6.77 and get, it's about $16.01 or something. So that's how much he paid. I'm going to deduct what it costs to melt everything together, which was like $7.10. I might keep 85 cents for myself and refund the difference. And the way that you refund the difference is to go back to your, go back to your awaiting shipments, and let's go down here. Just click one of these. Click the one with the most items, and then do, you can click here and do send refund. You see that? Send refund. Just on any one of these, just do send refund on one of the two that he bought. Always choose for the reason shipping discount. And then I always write a note. This is for the excess shipping you paid by buying 2 items when I could ship it all in one box. And then put how much. You want to put it on the order level refund. And in this case for me, I forget what it was, but the guy was like $6.10 over or $7.10 over or something. So I'm going to refund him that difference and click review refund and then send refund. So that's the way I give him the excess shipping that he paid since I could mail them all in one box. I know you may have to go through that more than once. I did it pretty fast, but Sundays are kind of bad for me. So I hope this helps, but ask anything and I'll answer whenever I can.